Hello lovelies, welcome to another Timeless Pick a Card reading. Hope you're doing really well today. So I'm going to be channeling messages from Spirit to help you with your current situation. So think about something that you'd like to get some advice on and then choose the reading that resonates with you the most. If you don't have a specific situation in mind, then you can leave it up to Spirit and choose the reading that you're drawn to and then apply those messages to what feels right for you in your life. Okay, so let's get into the readings now. Hi Group 1, thank you for joining me. I hope you're well today. We've got a hot one in the UK, so excuse me while I'm melting. We're not used to it at all, and we certainly don't have aircon in the house. Okay, so I'm just getting a few cards to get a sense of the situation that Spirit wants to give you some advice on. See what we've got so far. We've got the Two of Summer, number 1 Youth, and Hobbies. Okay. Now I'm getting the sense on these cards, these two are unusual because they've both got 2 people in them. Two of Summer, that typically relates to, in the tarot deck, it typically relates to connection with someone, and we've got the number 1 Youth card with 2 people, but we've got the Hobbies card, which is quite a different energy. So what I'm picking up here is that there's something that you do in your spare time that you really enjoy, and when you're doing it, it puts you in this state of mind and feeling that makes you feel either young again, or it gives you these happy thoughts, happy feelings when you're doing this thing. You know, when we're doing things that we love, it can really fill us up and bring us back to our true selves. And I feel like the message I'm getting through here is that there's something that you're doing at the moment that when you're doing it, when you're engaging in this thing, whether it's a hobby or another type of activity, take what resonates, that it makes you feel like you are in touch with your true self, and it makes you feel really good inside. And whatever it is that you're doing here, it's something that you love and you're pouring your heart and soul into it. So this is what Spirit wants to give you some advice for. So let's get some more cards. We will get one of these from the Akashic Tarot. 15, the Muse, yeah. I mean, that's perfect for what I've just been talking about, because the Muse is about like this, it's like divine inspiration that you're getting for this creative project, or even if it's not a creative project, whatever it is, this is the help that you're getting. And this is Spirit coming in saying, yeah, you are getting help with this. You're being divinely inspired. We've got 40 signs. Dance with life, do something to change your energy. So I'm getting the feeling, though, that whatever this project is that you've been doing, that you might have been stalled with it recently, or maybe for a little while for a few of you, but I feel like it hasn't been going ahead as you hoped it would. I feel like there's something getting in the way, something has slowed you down, or something has brought, like there's an obstacle that you're not sure how to deal with, that kind of thing. So just get these the rest of these cards, and then we'll dive into the advice from Spirit. So we've got, there's a Queen and a Jack there. So we've got some very interesting synchronicity here with the cards. We've got a Jack and a Queen, we've got 6 and 7, and we've got a 1 and a 9 there. So yeah, the message coming through from Spirit is that you've hit some kind of a roadblock with this project, with whatever you're doing, whether it is a hobby or whatever. It could even be in connection with work for a few of you. But whatever it is, I feel like you've hit a roadblock and you aren't sure how to move ahead. Now, we've got this Queen of Hearts card here, which is giving me the sense of, I'm getting a few messages through, so take what resonates, Group 1. For some of you, you're actually tired and you need some self-care. And when you're tired and needing self-care, it can actually block up the creative process, you know, or make you feel like you want to be receptive rather than taking action. So if you're feeling like you've been stopped we've got that stop card there with the red light card, then it's because you actually need to take care of yourself a little bit more. You might be tired, you might have been doing too much in other areas of your life, you might be a little bit under the weather, okay? So I feel that there is this need at the moment for that to happen, for you to engage in some self-care. This snake card here, it confirms that information. This could even be for a few of you where somebody has said something to you that's affected you, you know, where like a snake bite, you know, where someone has been quite unkind or cruel to you and that has affected you. If it's not to do with your health or your energy, I feel like you might be struggling with something, with a connection in your life that maybe, you know, recently something might have happened in that and that has affected you, because connections, one-to-one connections, they affect our sacral chakra, and our sacral chakra is also to do with the seat of our creative energy. So if you have got any problems with another person in your life at the moment, that can cause a block in the creative flow as well. With this compass card here though, I get the sense from spirit that spirit's just confirming that you are going in the right direction with what you've been doing. So keep on that path. You don't need to change anything. I feel like this is something that has been divinely guided or divinely inspired, you know, that you've been doing. And I feel that it could lead to something good that you aren't yet aware of. Okay. So Spirit's just saying, keep the faith. You are being very much helped with this project. Okay. With this signs card here, I feel that, you know, I'm getting the sense of numbers and a few like obvious omens, like seeing words on number plates or seeing a particular type of animal or bird. If something like that keeps cropping up regularly, take notice of what it is and then look it up and see what it means, you know. Let's see if we've got any reoccurring numbers. We've got 2 wands, which is lovely confirmation of this new beginning that you've stepped into with this project. It's like this new energy, and that's just confirmation from spirit to do your thing with it, which is what I sense that you've been doing anyway. And I'm getting this message through from spirit again. Spirit's just saying, don't worry, about whatever's going on with you at the moment, whatever blockage you're facing. Spirit's just coming in saying, don't worry, please don't worry about it, because it is a passing phase. Okay, we've got this dance with life card here. Do something to change your energy. This is a more great confirmation here about there being some kind of a blockage, possibly in the sacral chakra, that is causing this obstacle that you're facing at the moment with this thing that you're wanting to do. So Spirit is saying there are a few things that you can do to help to shift your energy, because remember, you're the one creating your energy and your energy creates your life. Okay, so bear that in mind. You know, if you've got an obstacle, if you've been delayed or stopped, it's because something inside of you actually needs attention. So Spirit is saying, do something to change your energy, whether that's getting some kind of energy healing or working on yourself, getting yourself healing, or going to see some kind of holistic therapist, or literally dancing, as it is on that card there. Actually dancing or exercise, movement is great for shifting the energy through the body, you know, like yoga, meditation is also good. There are lots and lots of ways you can shift your energy. So do what resonates for you, group 1. I'm also being very drawn to the moon in the background, which is giving me this impression that there is a cycle closing out for you at the moment, especially with it being next to this red light card, because this is about stopping and waiting because of an obstacle. And with it being next to the clouds card here, it's like I feel like you're in this dark cloud area, but the light is coming in very, very soon. So this phase that you're going through where you've just hit a roadblock, it's very short, it's temporary, it's passing, Spirit is saying. But if you can do something to to help yourself shift out of it, whether it be taking action with your energy, or even I'm getting put into my mind, Spirit saying meditating and doing some inner work, you know. Have a look. When you go into the quiet, when you go into the still, ask yourself what it is that's getting in the way, because you might have some kind of negative belief or a repetitive thought pattern that's actually affecting you at the moment that you might not be fully aware of. It could be running in the background of your subconscious, and you can ask Spirit to bring it to the surface. So there's definitely something that needs shifting out, but it doesn't feel like it's a big deal, Group 1. Okay, and with this Jack of Spades here in the top right corner, I feel that this is a very positive card of this change that you're going through at the moment. It's like I'm seeing like you kicking out whatever this obstacle is. It's like you kicking it out, but it's about Spirit saying it's needing to be aware of it, that you haven't done anything wrong, that there isn't an external force that's affecting you to stop you from moving ahead, that this is simply something that's going on with you and it is a passing phase. And I'm getting the sense with this dragonfly on this card that it will shift out quickly, because dragonflies move very quickly and they suddenly change direction, don't they? So I feel like there could be like a sudden shift and then you'll get moving again with this. Okay, so I really hope that has helped you, Group 1. Thank you for listening. Let me know in the comments what you think of the reading, if it really helps you, and I will see you again. Take care. Hello, Group 2. Thanks for joining me in the reading. Hope you're well. Oh, do you know what? A card has just jumped out of its own accord, so we'll have that one. Seven of Roses, The Journey. So what I'm going to do here is just choose a few cards to begin the reading to get a sense what Spirit wants to speak to you about. We've got Be True to You, and we'll get one of these as well. Okay. Number 10, Blessing. Okie dokie. Let's just move those across a little bit. So I feel like there's some kind of inner transformation going on with you at the moment that Spirit wants to talk to you about, Group 2. I feel like you might have been doing some inner journeying, this not external journeying, but the inner journeying, you know. I am getting quite a strong sense that you might have been meditating or spending some time sitting still or looking at things, looking at yourself, looking at the past, looking at something that's going on in your life that you're wanting to get a deeper meaning behind. That's what I'm getting this strong sense of, that because I feel like there's something from your past that has been holding you back in something that's going on in your life at the moment. I think you're being held back in some way, and it's not that anybody else is holding you back or an external situation. It feels like for some of you there might have been a little bit of self-sabotage going on, or that you have just got in your own way and stopped yourself from going ahead with something. That's the message I'm getting, and it's because that what you're moving into is a situation where you need to be more of your true self, where Spirit has been helping you to be more of your true self. And I feel like there's something going on with that at the moment that Spirit wants to talk to you about. So I'm going to get some more cards to see what the advice is here from Spirit. We've got 8, Create. We've got Priestess. How are you being called to step up and lead? Crikey, that's a big chunk. We'll put those back in. And another shuffle. These cards, it's a thick deck, and I've got small hands and they're hard to shuffle. So we've got number 4, the Emperor. That's interesting, the Emperor has come out, because that's kind of a similar energy to this. The Priestess card, how are you being called to step up and lead? So the Emperor is very much about, you know, that inner power, and with the masculine, divine masculine energy is about taking action. So I feel that there is a creative project on the go with you in some form. It could connect to work, but it might be something that you're working at, something to do with a creative project, or something to do with communication, or like social media, or, you know, something to do with communication and media or creativity. So take what resonates. It's quite broad, that, so, but I'm sure you'll know what this is relating to. Just get a couple more cards. Right, so that one wanted to jump out, and so did that one. So we'll have those. And we've got 20, the Garden. We've got 35, the Plaster, and 9 of Clubs, and a situation. You've got 8, 2 8s there. Let's see, 29, that's the Woman. We have got 31, Flat Tire, and King of Clubs, brave and assertive. Look at that again. What lovely confirmation and synchronicity. You've got this very strong energy of needing to take the lead in something and really tapping into your divine masculine energy. So I feel as though there is some, like I said, there is something inside of you that has been stopping you moving ahead with something. And it feels like what you're moving ahead with, it's part of your divine purpose, like your soul's blueprint of something that you're meant to do in this lifetime. For some of you, it could be to do with achieving some kind of success or recognition or some substantial reward in some way. It could be monetary, but it might not be monetary, you know. It feels like something that is requiring you to put yourself out there. That's the message that I'm getting. And I feel that there is maybe a deep rooted fear or insecurity that you're holding yourself back, that it could even relate to you being afraid of your own power or being afraid to put yourself out there in case you become big, you know, big, popular, or if you do really well, or if you get a lot of customers, or however this relates to your situation. It's feeling like it could be quite big for you, and that so it could be overwhelming you. In your subconscious, it might not be that you're aware of this. You might be, take it if it resonates, but I feel like there's something running in your subconscious, like some faulty programming that needs to be reprogrammed. You see this blessing card here with this big finger on the forehead. It's like this, the message here is like Spirit saying you need to do some rewiring in your mind. There is something that you are holding yourself back with that needs facing and changing and rewriting, you know, to open up a pathway, because it feels as though you've been going along a path to do a certain thing, and then it's like you've hit a brick wall, or there's a massive tree fallen in the way, and you need to look at what it is that's like this. If you imagine that this tree represents this thing inside of you that's stopping you, there is some kind of faulty belief that you've got from your past that is stopping you from moving ahead. And with this really strong divine masculine energy, this is about you really needing to take your power back and to be courageous and brave and to step forward. Because I do sense with this group that you might have a strong feminine archetype energy where you're quite creative, or you're quite intuitive, or you're very in touch with your emotions and your feelings, and you're very sensitive, gentle person who is very kind and compassionate and loving to others. So I feel that you maybe struggle with the masculine archetype energy sometimes, like it's a bit out of balance. You know, you've got this strong feminine side, but the Spirit's saying the masculine side needs building up and needs working on. And it's that work on your masculine side. It's like the Spirit saying, don't be afraid. Don't be afraid of this. Don't be afraid of stepping into yourself, your life, your future, and claiming who you are and claiming what it is that you can do that's very unique about you. I feel that, you know, with this garden card here, I think that there is something that puts you off putting yourself out there, where it could be to do with feeling like you might be challenged or ridiculed or judged or criticized, or I mean, there are so many trolls out there, aren't there? And it's unavoidable when you put yourself out there in the world, whether it's online or whether it's in person. You know, people can attack you on a one-to-one basis. I got really badly verbally attacked by somebody the other day. I don't think I've ever been spoken to like that in my life, and I just turned around and walked away. And doing that, I'd never had the courage to do that before. I would have just stood there and taken it in the past, and I felt so empowered that I just walked away from it. I didn't want to engage, you know, it was just awful. So Spirit's put that in my mind and reminded me of that to say to you, group 2, that, you know, you need to be this strong person, and any situation that feels like it is belittling you, either just walk away from it and don't give it your energy, especially if it's a person, person. But if it's a fear, face it. That's where this masculine energy comes in. Because having a balance of the masculine and female energies, it's about knowing when to engage, knowing when to take action, when to be receptive, when to wait, when to step back. So in this instance for you, group 2, with these cards, they are very much about you being kind to yourself, but about being brave. I'm picking that up so strongly, about you being brave. With this flat tire situation, like this flat tire card, this is a situation that is not feeling good anymore. So I feel that you might be in something, doing something that doesn't feel right for you. And I feel like this is part of the whole situation going on here, where whatever this is inside of you, this self-sabotaging belief, it's keeping you stuck in a situation that you don't want to be in, and it's stopping you from moving ahead into a situation that you do want to be in. So Spirit is saying to be very aware of this, about what you truly want, because you know in your heart what you truly want, group 2, and it's about having the courage to go after that. This end of situation, though, I feel that relates to this flat tire card, where that situation that you're not feeling good about anymore, that you don't want to be in anymore, it could be a connection for some of you, is to bring that to an end. There is a time for the ending is coming in soon for you, but I feel for that ending to happen, it's like you need to be honest with yourself. Spirit is saying be honest with yourself and face what's worrying you, face it, don't run away from it. And if you're worried about being attacked, being criticized, being judged or put down, or whatever it is that's bothering you, about taking the steps forward with what it is that you want to do here, Spirit's saying to face it, to face your fears, because when you face your fears, they lose power over you. If you think about the worst thing that could happen, and if it can actually hurt you, which it can't physically hurt you unless somebody physically attacks you, but I don't feel that that's relevant. I feel that this is relating to other people's opinions, and they can't actually hurt you, group 2. What other people think is their business, and there's nothing that you can do to change that. And so Spirit's saying get into your power, because you are a powerful being, and you've got no idea the difference that you can make in the world, whether it's on a tiny scale or whether it's on a grand scale. But the biggest difference that will happen to you, group 2, is personally. This is for you to reclaim your power, to not be afraid, and to step into your truth and to exert your truth in a kind but assertive way. Okay, so let me see if there's any more messages want to come through. Yes, okay, so Spirit's just reminding me to say to you again, this is about you needing to balance your masculine and feminine energies. You're going through a phase at the moment where you are facing 1 or 2 tests with it. So the more awareness that you can have in these situations, rather than going to an emotional reaction or being upset, is by empowering yourself with that information. Stay aware, and when it happens, think, okay, this is an opportunity for me to look at my masculine and feminine archetypes and to make sure that I'm coming from a balanced perspective. Okay, so be very aware, group 2. I hope you found that reading helpful. Thank you so much for listening. Have a fab day, and I'll see you again. Hello, group 3. Thanks for joining me. Hope you're well today. I'm going to get some cards to start the reading with to get a sense of what Spirit wants to talk to you about. So we've got 17, the car. A car might be relevant for some of you. Where did that come from? We have got 8 of keys, the Master Artisan. And we'll have one of these. We've got Sisterhood of the Rose, Beauty and Devotion, Priestess, Mystic and Teacher. So I feel like this reading for you, group 3, is talking about there's a time that you're stepping into a time right now of a lot of action and like positive energy that is coming in for you. I feel as though you have maybe come from like a bit of a winter phase, or you've been on a go slow for a while, but I feel like recently you have moved into a time of action, and it feels like everything is moving ahead for you, and it feels like you've stepped into your power in something, and there's like certain action that needs to be taken from you at the moment. So I'm going to get some more cards to see what else Spirit wants to say, what the advice is about this. That one wants to come out. We've got Body Changes, We've got 3 opportunity. And I'll have one of these. We have got 28 loneliness. I'm being very drawn to certain colours here with the golds and the reds, which is reminding me of the lower chakras. And I feel like, especially with the red energy, red is this colour of action and change and heat. So I feel like you are wanting to get going with something, and Spirit wants to talk to you about too many cards. So let's try that again. Yeah, look at that. So we've got the lilies and the rider. The rider is definitely a fast moving energy. The lilies there relates to something that is to do, this is like a more peaceful energy, but it can also connect with like your divine life purpose. So I feel that could be relevant for you. We've got 9 of spades, wisdom and clarity. Yeah, this is a very specific energy on that side there. And then we've got ace of diamonds, awakening. Wow, these are like opposing energies. I feel like you've been in this energy here and that you're moving into this. Let's just get a couple more cards. That one wanted to come out. Yes, definitely. More confirmation. Look at that. Number 2, the tractor. So this is what you've come from for sure. And we've got 23, the radio. Okay. Just get those in a bit better. All fitting in just about. Okay, yeah, so I think that you've been through this quieter phase, like this feminine archetype energy, where you've been more receptive, you've been more tuned into your intuition, your emotions. You might have even been going through some healing with something, especially with the, next to the body changes card. I'm getting a message here that you've been becoming more attuned to your body. You might even had some health problems that you've been balancing out recently, but I feel like you've become more attuned to your body, where you're learning to trust it more in the way that it gives you guidance, you know, because we can tell by the bodily reactions whether something feels good or whether it doesn't feel good, you know, because you get that sense of dread in the pit of your stomach when something isn't right, or you get like fluttery feelings in the chest area around the heart when something feels really good. And I feel like that's been something that you've been focusing on recently, is getting more tuned in with that, becoming more present, becoming more self-aware, like noticing the signs a little bit more, where you've been kind of really tuning into the spiritual and intuitive aspects of life, and you've been using your own inner guidance to help you to move through life and through certain situations. And so that you're moving now into this time of action, of empowerment, like moving ahead, definitely moving ahead with something. Something is coming in for you with this opportunity card here. And like I was mentioning about the red energy, there is something, it feels like something is coming in either quite quickly or quite intensely, like something quite big for you, like right now or imminently. You know, if it's not right now as you're listening to the reading, it's not far away, like literally within days or maybe a week or two. I feel like something is imminent for you, where you are going to have something really positive happen to you, that is going to be something that you've either been waiting for, or something that you've been working towards, or something that you've really been hoping for that would happen. But I feel like this might even be a little bit better than what you expected. And oh my goodness me, do you know what? I'm feeling quite overcome with emotion. It's actually making me emotional, because I'm picking up this feeling of when this opportunity comes in, it's gonna, for some of you, you might cry because it's something that you've waited for and it feels so, so good that it makes you cry with joy. Do you know what I mean? That's this feeling that I'm getting. I'm so overwhelmed right now and my body is tingling. So whatever this is, it's coming in for you. Oh, crikey, I'm really, really tingly. This is like a destined event. This is something that your soul wanted to happen in this lifetime. And I feel that you have been working towards this for a long time, whether you've been aware of it or not. I think that you might have been either gathering skills or experience or knowledge with something from this lifetime, and maybe for a few of you, even from past lifetimes, where you've been gathering, you know, and building up to get you to this point where something very, very destined is coming in for you. And it feels amazing. I think for some of you, it might even be a shock, a good shock though, you know, because maybe you hoped for something, but you didn't expect it to come in, and then it comes in and it's like, wow, it just blows you out of the water, you know. And I feel like that this will bring in a lot of activity for you. You'll want to get moving with something. You'll want to take action. You might want to create a plan or a schedule, or you might even, I'm getting the message from Spirit that some of you might need to engage or help or somebody else with this, whatever it is, okay? And I feel like with this loneliness cards here, I'm getting the sense that you're going to need to get your head down and get on with something and work quite hard at it for a little while. But I'm also seeing in this image here, there is this feeling of, especially with this card, the star as well, and the woodpecker there, about you needing to look ahead at something about, let me see if I can get the words out in the right way for this. It's like you need to put something in order or work things out. It's almost as if there's something that you want to achieve, but you need to do some working out to get to it, like being aware of the steps that are ahead to get you to where you need to go. I hope that makes sense. With these cards on the right hand side here, I mean, this Rider card and the Ace of Diamonds Awakening, I mean, this is a huge, massive surge of new energy or of information. For some of you, you might actually get some really, really, really good news. For some of you, you might get some kind of communication relating to something very important that all of this reading relates to. For some of you, it's going to be like this, like a bolt of lightning hits you, where you get very, very inspired with what to do next. It's like suddenly when you haven't been able to see things all that clearly, and then suddenly you get this flash of inspiration that shows you the path ahead, and you just know what you want to do. You know what direction to take. You know what steps to take. This feels like a turnaround that you've been waiting for. This radio card here, what's that relating to, Spirit? Oh, so Spirit's saying this is your inner guidance. For one or two of you, you might pick up some external signs relating to something that you hear, like a relevant song with the lyrics, or you might hear a conversation where somebody says a few words that are very meaningful to you for this situation that we're talking about in the reading. But I'm getting for a lot of you that this is actually messages coming in through your thoughts from your spirit family that are helping you with the next steps to move ahead. It's like you're getting, for some of you, it could be receiving downloads of information, depending what this relates to. But and I'm getting like instructions, Spirit's saying instructions. Some of you will get instructions as to what to do next. But for others of you, I feel that it's just like really much needed guidance with what to do. And I mentioned about you being very tuned into your body. I think that you will be quite tuned into your intuition, and you'll hear these thoughts in your mind, which will come through in your own voice. For some of you, if you're very connected to your guides, you might hear your guides speaking, but it's like getting clear messages of what to do next. Okay, let me see if Spirit wants to. Okay, so Spirit's just saying something that you've been working hard towards is going to pay off for you. You've been waiting for it, Group 3, and you are now entering that time where you are going to get the payoff for it that you have been wanting, but more besides than what you've been wanting. I just glanced at the camera then as well, and it said 1010. That is a fantastic number to get in this reading, because you've got these two number ones here, haven't you? And 10 is this, this is also a 10, isn't it? 28, where 10 is this number of like a cycle has completed, and you've gone through, or you're going through the transition, and you're about to start this new cycle. So this is like completion and beginning. It's a wonderful transition, and it's a new path that's opening up for you. So I really hope you found that reading useful, Group 3. Thanks for listening. Have a fab day. I'll see you again. Hello, Group 4. Thank you for joining me. Hope you're well. I'm going to get some cards just to find out what Spirit wants to talk to you about, and then I'll get some more cards to get the advice. So we've got number 11, Strength. That one from the Akashic Records. We have got number 1, Forces, the Akashic Field. Wow, we've got a lot of 1 energy there. 11 and 1. So you might have been seeing the ones, Group 4. And we've got 31, Wealth. Okay, so I'm getting a message here, group 4, to do with money and how you see money, your beliefs around money that Spirit wants to talk to you about. I feel as though you've had either some like bad karma that has followed you around, you know, where it feels like you've been really challenged with money, or it's to do with how you were brought up to see money, you know, how your parents saw money, or how money was available or not available when you were growing up. I feel that there is something that's relating to all of that Spirit wants to help you with. So we've got 29 perspective, fantastic card for this reading, because it looks to me like things are going to turn around for you. Yes, we've got transformation, wonderful, and we'll have this one as well. Yeah, I feel like if you pick this reading, I feel like you might have really struggled with money over the years, you know, motivation, yeah, where you maybe felt like you're always lacking with money, you don't get what you need, or you're always kind of really having to work really, really hard to get anywhere with money. We've got 21, yes, the mountain. I mean, that relates to obstacles, and that's what it feels like there has been a lot of obstacles for you. And we've got 12, look at that, those numbers mirror each other, 21 and 12, how interesting. Let's just get a few more cards. So I feel like where you've been blocked in the past with money, there is a change coming in for you. 7 of Diamonds, divine protection. The message I'm getting from that card there is that Spirit's saying you've always had what you needed, you've always been protected, you've always been safe, even if you haven't felt that way. And we've got Jack of Hearts, playful and light-hearted. That is a lovely energy. Got some lovely energy coming in, I tell you, group 4. Couple more cards. We've got 29 and not, yes. So you have really struggled, haven't you, in relation to money? You've had a lot of stress and anxiety, worrying about it. How are you going to make ends meet? Are you going to earn enough? That kind of thing. One more card, 30, synchronicity. Wonderful. Okay. Are they all in? Just about. Okay. Yeah, so I think that this all relates to the past, you know, your childhood, but I am getting for some of you that there is something connected with past lives here for sure, where some of you have had some kind of karmic debt relating to money. It might have been that you have had one or more past lives where you had a lot of money, where you were wealthy, but you didn't use your money appropriately, or you had the wrong kind of like a not a positive mindset around it, you know, and maybe you didn't use your money or your wealth wisely. And I feel like you've come into this lifetime saying, I want to balance that out in this lifetime. So you've had this time, and you might well have had a lot of negative conditioning in childhood as well in relation to money. So you've had this time like in your life so far where money has been a struggle, group 4, and Spirit is just coming in saying that that is turning around for you. The cards that are coming out here are very clearly showing this turnaround, like this time of you being on the left relates to the past, and then the time on the right here relates to the what's coming in for you. I do also get the message that some of you, or maybe most of you, have been in jobs in the past where you haven't really enjoyed the work. It's been boring or hasn't given you any kind of fulfillment. It's maybe just been that you have worked to live, you know, where you've just literally done the jobs just to get the money, just to pay the bills, and that's as far as you've ever got with it. And it always feels like an uphill struggle, and it's always like you can't get ahead of yourself, and it's like I'm feeling like some of you are so tired of this. That's how it feels. And it's also to do with this the fact that you haven't been able to really get engaged in a job that you really want to do, or work that you really want to do. Or, I mean, even if you don't work, it may be that if you've been bringing up a family, it might have felt like, you know, it might have felt like work, and it's something that you haven't you've maybe had to really budget all the time, and watch every single penny or cent, and it's felt exhausting and overwhelming. And I do get the sense for some of you that you've had a lot of fear and anxieties around money, but Spirit is coming in today to say that things are changing for you. It's like you're coming out of this phase that you've been in. It's almost like, this karmic debt is balancing itself out, or the negative thinking that you've had around money is starting to undo itself, and you are creating more positive thinking. Because this perspective card underneath the Akashic field here, this feels like this is something that is coming in. It's like it's a time activated thing, is the message that I'm getting from Spirit, where this has been something that was meant to happen for a certain amount of time in your life, and then you get to a point and it changes, and it's like you agreed that at the soul level, and you're coming into that point now, group 4, where it changes. It's like you've done your time in that energy of lack. You've done your time in thankless jobs, or not getting rewarded enough, or having to struggle or budget all the time. Spirit's saying there is a change coming, okay? And this is what's written in your Akashic book, this change. This perspective card here is all about positivity, optimism, looking on the bright side. So I feel that this signifies your change in how you see money, or how you see yourself in relation to money, but not just money, but to do with abundance, all things that you receive that are good in your life. I feel like you're coming into a time where you're going to be discovering a lot more about what fulfills you, what satisfies you, what it is that you really want to do in your life, whether it's connected with work or not. I feel like you are stepping onto this path now where you are discovering more about yourself, what fills you up, what brings you joy, what do you love to do, okay? And Spirit is saying, on this path, this is the path that leads you to abundance. I'm not just talking about money here, though. I'm talking about abundance, receiving abundance in all forms. Because at the end of the day, when you're doing things that bring you joy and fill you up and reward you and satisfy you, that automatically leads you to abundance in all other areas like wealth and money. You have more love, you have more money, you have more time, you have more energy. When you're doing what you love, it really shifts your energy in such a positive way. So Spirit's saying that you are on this journey. It's like on this card here, there's this boardwalk and it says home sweet home. I'm getting this sense that you are on this journey now where you are going back to your true self, the true self that you already are. It's like you're starting to step out of all of these negative programmings, and you're discovering more and more of yourself as to who it is, who you are, what you want, what you don't want, what you like, what you don't like, all of that, and what motivates you. It's like you're discovering the things that you're doing in your life at the moment that you're like, why am I doing this? This does not bring me any joy. This does not satisfy me. And I think that you're going to go on this journey now where you're going to make some really big changes. This Birds card here, the number 12, these are like opposite energies. This one is an obstacle, this one is getting moving and taking action. So this is you, and the birds can often relate to as well as like messages from Spirit. And you've got this synchronicity card here, so I feel like there's going to be, for some of you, there could be some number synchronicity coming in. You might see the ones, but you also might see number 3, because 3 is a number of expansion, and it can also relate to abundance, as can number 8. So look out for 1, 3 and 8, group 4, because those are numbers that could really give you some positive messages at the moment, okay? So I feel like you are moving into this time where things are going to change for you, and these are going to be changes that are happening because you're changing on the inside. Because you've been making changes within, they are then going to ripple out into your external reality. This Jack of Hearts card here, this is like a lovely new energy that is coming in, where you are going to be doing more things that fill you up, that satisfy you, that make you feel good, that bring you joy, and that are going to lead you to more and more abundance. Let me see if Spirit wants to say anything else. yeah, that I'm very drawn to this orange energy on these two cards here, which relates to the sacral chakra. And the sacral chakra is it's like the seat of our creativity. So for some of you, you might want to get involved in some creative projects. For some of you, it might be creating a better life for yourself. Whatever this is to do with you creating something positive and getting moving again and taking action. But I'm also getting the message as well about being kind to yourself and not beating yourself up, because what's happened was meant to happen. It was meant for your growth. And as time goes by, you'll see the change that you've gone through, and you'll see how you have learnt a lot and how you've changed yourself and the wisdom that you've gained from what's happened to you. And that is going to help you to grow exponentially. So I really hope you found that reading helpful, Group 4. Thank you so much for listening. Have a lovely day, and I'll see you next time.